Hello everyone and welcome to the Crafting My Path channel. It's almost evening of the last day of the May long weekend in Poland. And today, together with Zosia, we spent the whole day in picturesque Sandomierz, a city located about 100 kilometers from Kielce, where we live now. We decided to go there by train and get around by bike, because we think it's the best way to enjoy this charming city. It's also a great way to make the day more active. We invite you to discover what interesting things Sandomierz has to offer. If you enjoyed this episode, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me with crafting my path. A few minutes after 7 o'clock, we were already on the train, so we woke up quite early today. The journey from Kielce to Sandomierz by train takes almost 2 hours. I used to dislike trains because they were terrible, but now it has changed. And I think that in many cases it's the best way to travel between cities. From the final station we had about 15 minutes of riding to the city square. And the best thing on the way was the beautiful view of the city panorama from the bridge above Vistula River, the biggest river in Poland. Now we are at the city square, so we locked our bikes to the railing and started exploring the area on foot. Let's talk a bit about Sandomierz in general and visit a few interesting spots here. Sandomierz is one of Poland's oldest towns, with a history that goes back to the early Middle Ages. Located in the southeastern part of the country, on the Vistula River, which I mentioned earlier, it's known for its well-preserved old town and unique atmosphere. The main square is a great example of medieval urban planning, surrounded by colorful, centuries-old tenement houses. Each house has its own unique design and architectural details, making the square a beautiful and lively place. In the center of the square is the historic town hall. This Gothic building, with its tall clock tower and wide decorative walls, used to be the seat of the city authorities. Today, it's a museum and one of the most photographed spots in Sandomierz. Near the square, you can find the Opatowska Gate, the only surviving medieval city gate. This tall brick structure has a viewing terrace at the top, which you can climb to enjoy a stunning view of the city and its surroundings. A short walk from the square takes you to the Cathedral Basilica of the Nativity of the Blessed Virgin Mary. This impressive cathedral has both Gothic and Baroque elements, with beautiful frescoes, paintings, and a richly decorated altar inside. Right next to the cathedral is the Długosz House, a 15th century building founded by the Polish famous historian and priest Jan Długosz. Behind the town hall is a narrow alley called Igielne Ucho, or Needle's Eye. This hidden passage between two buildings has become a popular spot for visitors to walk through and take photos. Sandomierz is also known for stripped flint, a rare stone found only in this area. On the main square there is a sculpture of a ring with a stripped flint eye, which has become a symbol of the city. After walking through the old town, we are heading to a unique and charming place called Czary na Pary, a museum about herbs and natural medicine. It's located right by the main square and is inspired by Marcin of Urzędów, a 16th century priest, physician and botanist who wrote one of the first Polish herbals. The exhibition is very interactive and beautifully arranged. It shows how herbs were used in the past for healing, cooking and even poisoning. Yes, there is a whole section about the history of poisons. We also saw exhibits on folk medicine, aphrodisiacs and natural cosmetics. One of the highlights was a room where you could smell different herbs and learn how to make your own infusions or ointments. There is even a copy of Marcin's original herbal book on display, which ties the whole experience to Poland's botanical history. The museum is small but very creative and fun. It's a great spot for both kids and adults, and it definitely adds a touch of magic to the Sandomierz experience. We have had a bit of rest and dinner at one of my favorite places in Sandomierz. Honestly, there are so many places here with really good food. And now we are going to visit the underground tourist route. One of the must-see attractions. This network of tunnels and chambers stretches under the city, offering a unique way to explore its history. The route was originally used for storage and as a defense system. Today it's open to visitors and gives a fascinating glimpse into the past. The tunnels are well preserved, and the tour guides share interesting stories about the city's history and the role the underground spaces played in it. As you walk through the narrow passageways, you can see old artifacts and learn about the medieval life of Sandomierz. It's definitely a unique experience and an exciting way to discover more about Sandomierz. Our last stop today is the Royal Castle in Sandomierz. But before that, quick question. Do you prefer more or less touristy places when you are traveling? For me, crowded spots can be a bit annoying. What about you? Let me know in the comments. Now let's go visit the castle. The Royal Castle in Sandomierz is one of the city's most iconic landmarks. It was originally built in the 14th century by King Casimir the Great. Over the years, the castle has undergone several modifications and expansions. Today, it stands as a symbol of the city's rich history and medieval architecture. The castle's location on a hill offers a stunning view of the Vistula River and the surrounding area. Inside, you can explore various rooms, including the royal chambers, as well as a museum where you can learn more about the castle's history and the role it played in Poland's past. After visiting the royal castle, we were really tired, so we got back on our bikes and rode to the train station. We arrived in Kielce around 7 p.m. It was a great day, and on the way back we were already talking about our next destinations. of course, we weren't able to show and tell you everything about Sandomierz, but we hope it was enough to inspire you to visit this beautiful city one day. Now we are heading back to our flat to rest and get some sleep, because tomorrow is Monday, unfortunately, and work is waiting for both of us. Thanks for watching and see you in the next episode.